the second Florida side in a week to visit One Oak Field, the home of FC Tulsa. This is the first ever meeting with the Miami FC here in Tulsa. Good evening, everybody. My name is Dave Saunders, joined by former MLS player Dan Wasson. And Dan, after that hard-fought point on Wednesday here at One Oak Field, it's really important that Mike Ensign and his men keep the momentum going tonight.
Yeah, that's right. As a player, you never want to lose at home. And so getting a goal late in the match, even if it's only for a draw, carries that momentum. Hopefully it will bring up their spirits for tonight's game, where they'll look to get a win at home.
Somebody who had a very good game was Austin Werbel, and he made fine saves on Wednesday night.
This first one down to his left is probably the hardest save of the night. On this in-swinger here, the ball gets knocked out to the 18. Good volley through traffic, save down to the right. This is a really nice play by Tampa. They get through. A nice low save by Austin. Gets a little bit lucky with the ball off the post. He probably kissed it afterward. And a great save down to his left through traffic on that one. And here we have a little dribbler, but you still have to do the easy things. And on this in-swinger, gets it easy to his right.
Now, he had a fantastic game, and a late substitution meant that Rodrigo da Costa earned the point.
Yeah, that's right. He gets a little lucky bounce here, but he does well to toe poke it in. That's his 5th goal this season. He's a franchise leading goal scorer with 29.
It's a beautiful night here at One Oak Field here in Tulsa for this matchup between FC Tulsa and the Miami FC. We'll be back with your starting lineups and first half call right after this.
Guys, they're banged up, they're working hard, they're dealing with injuries. I feel blessed that these guys are able to come in the office and, take advantage of our multiple service lines here at Tulsa's Fighting Rehab.
Get ready, Oklahoma. I'm Bill Knight, and it's Truck Month at Bill Knight Ford.
Order now and lock in 0% financing for 60 months and $2,000 retail order bonus cash on the 2022 F-150. Get $1,500 in retail order bonus cash plus 0% financing on the 2022 Ranger.
Let us show you why. We've been Oklahoma's #1 volume Ford dealer for the past 13 years. Come see us at Bill Knight Ford, 96th and Memorial, and home of the Knight Advantage.
By Tulsa Tech. Make your own path to the career of your dreams with hands-on training from Tulsa Tech. By Bank of Oklahoma, we go above so you can go beyond. By Williams, we make clean energy happen. And by Osage Casino Hotel, your place to play. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into downtown Tulsa. There is the beautiful background shot we have here at One Oak Field for this USL Championship match. Let's have a look at the FC Tulsa starting 11, brought to you by Rib Crib. And just one change, Daniel Wasson alongside me, and pretty expected, Da Costa comes in, the only change. A really big player for FC Tulsa.
Yeah, that's right. He's scored a number of goals, 5 leading the team this season. We've got, he's also got 29 goals as a franchise leader in franchise history, so looking for an exciting match from him tonight.
Big player, and of course Austin Wormel continues in goal, made his 2022 debut on Wednesday. 7 saves in that one, coming into the starting 11. Let's have a look at the Society Burger starting 11 for coach Anthony Pulis's Miami FC, and they have got Speedy Williams, the Jamaican, on international duty, so they are pretty much the same lineup, although they do bring in Akinyoda into the central midfield. And as I said, coach Anthony Pulis pretty much can keep the same starting 11. The first ever meeting between these two here at Midfield, and we're just about ready to go, and it will be the Miami FC with Connor Sparrow, we highlighted there to the left of your screen. They're playing in their orange shirts, orange shorts and blue socks. FC Tulsa in their familiar black and gold shirts, and away we go. And immediately the ball is played forward by Aidan Stanley and headed away by Adrian Dispay. On the left is Barr. Down that left-hand side, Dispay again heads in field to Bradley Bourgeois. Dispay, one of the back three for FC Tulsa. We'll ask Daniel Waston alongside me in just a moment to look at the way that these two teams are lining up. Long ball from Kembo Kibata now. Sprint chase down the right-hand side for Brian Brown. Goes back to Connor Sparrow. He clears left-footed. And underneath this one is Johnny Fennick, who heads it in field here to Matias Silva, who brings in Gabby Torres. Torres, the Brazilian, coming down the left-hand side. Long ball into the middle to Brian Brown. Brown just plays the ball over his head to Bradley Bourgeois. Good start from FC Tulsa. Ball into the box. Header! Great save from Connor Sparrow. A brilliant header there from Brian Brown. And Daniel Wasson will have a look at the replay as we look at the injury report here very quickly. Dario Suarez is questionable for FC Tulsa, and Richard Ballard is definitely out for Miami FC. The corner, and then we'll have a look at the replay in just a moment, but an explosive start from FC Tulsa. Here's to Costa now with the corner from the FC Tulsa right. Left-footed, low into the box, and it's going to go away for another corner. Great start from the home side.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see from the beginning. You have a cross-in from Bourgeois and a great header from Brown, an equal save from Sparrow.
Yeah, it was a good save. So question whether it could have been very close to line. Ball into the box, is flicked on, and there's a shot into the side netting. Brian Brown close again. Big player for FC Tulsa when he's had 2 opportunities early on in the game. Daniel Wasson.
Yeah, that one was close, just barely on the outside of the post. It was flicked on by the Miami defender and fell right to him. You know, he just didn't quite get around it enough to put it past the keeper.
Brian Brown, who was signed from New Mexico, born in Sandy Bay, Jamaica. Very big player for FC Tulsa. Did have to start this season on the bench, but now he's up front with J.J. Williams. J.J. Williams playing on the right of the three. Rodrigo da Costa on the left. Long throw-in. Dispay, good leap and header. In the midfield, Josh Perez. Cleared away by Afemu. And again, Dispay underneath that one. Here's J.J. Williams, runs into a little bit of traffic there, and then Bird gets a good tackle in the midfield. Here's Kembo Kibato playing it wide on the left here. Gabby Torres just couldn't control that one and keep it in there. But it's a lively start from the home side, who clearly, Daniel Waston alongside me, are buoyed by that late goal. As we take a look at the Fox 23 temperature on kickoff, 80 degrees, and we said perfect conditions for a game of football.
Perfect conditions, barely any wind, beautiful night here in Tulsa, and an exciting match so far. Tulsa seems like they've had a couple early chances. They look to keep possession. It looks like Miami's coming out in a 4-3-3 with 2 holding center mids. Tulsa looks like they're in a 3-4-3 with Bourgeois kind of hanging back on the right, so it could be 4-3-3. But exciting match so far.
Certainly is. That's the voice of Daniel Wasson, the former MLS player. Here is Joshua Perez, who's a very exciting player for Miami FC. Gets a 1-2, goes down into the left-hand corner. Dispay comes across with the challenge. And as Daniel said, the back three, there's Dispay, very important to the Mike Ensian cause, alongside Johnny Fennick and Matthias Silva in that back three. And we've already alluded to it, Austin Wormel in goal, had a wonderful game on Wednesday, making those 7 saves. Here's Miami FC on the attack. And they won a corner, but it's kept in. Ball played in, left-footed into the box, just bounces inside the box. Here's Mark Segbers, back to the Frenchman Velo. He goes wide to the left-hand side to bring in Barr. Barr will go back to Stanley. Stanley, first time into the ball, headed away by Kembo Kibato. Tidied up by Palacios. And a good ball again down the left-hand side, although the assistant's flag has gone up on the right-hand side. You know, we've said what a good start FC Tulsa made, but this Miami FC side look a good side as well, Daniel.
Yeah, that's right. They're looking to go forward quick. They've had a couple of combination plays to get down the left-hand side. I don't know if we're going to see that all game long, but they're at least looking like they're going down the left a lot this game.
Here is Gabby Torres. Torres, who was named in the USL Championship Team of the Week 3 weeks in a row earlier on in the season. Has played at left back in a 4, but is playing as a left wing back tonight. There's Bradley Bourgeois, flicked on by Williams, Brown, DaCosta, Torres. Good play from the home side. Here's Torres, threading the ball through, hits Brian Brown. Here's DaCosta, and the referee said that was a handball. The referee is Deshaun Beard. His assistants are Noah Kenyawani and Albert Franklin, and the 4th official tonight is Jose Lara. Handball there against Brian Brown. 6 minutes gone, 0-0 the score, but FC Tulsa have had a couple of efforts on Connor Sparrow's goal. Flicked on by JJ Williams, back by Stanley, cleared away by the number 24 Connor Sparrow from St. Louis, Missouri. Silva misses that one. Run here from Reed. Reed still with the ball. Gets it controlled here. Plays a neat ball in. Tries to get the 1-2 going. Reed against Wormel. Wormel makes the save. Torres. Wormel makes another save. Austin Wormel carrying on from where he left off on Wednesday night. Ball into the box. Danger still not averted. Now Kemba Kabato. And we can take a breath and bring in Daniel Watson. Brilliant from the young goalkeeper.
Those are 2 tricky saves, one back-to-back. The second one, he had to get up as quick as he could. That's something that they work on in training all the time. So I'm not surprised to see him bounce back up to his feet. But again, great save.
Austin Wormel, who went to high school here in Tulsa and then played a year at Creighton University. And this man with the ball at his feet now also was at Creighton, Connor Sparrow. So the goalkeeper union at the same college. Now here's Silva and Eric Bird, back to Johnny Fennick. Fennick to Dispay. DaCosta. Bird tangling with Reed, comes out with the ball. Bird tries to thread it down to DaCosta, just didn't find him in the front line. Here's Palacios. DaCosta's had a good start. Eric Bird, so important, Daniel Watson, to the FC Tulsa cause, and a player that you'll like because that's your position in that kind of defensive midfield player. And you need a blue-collar worker in the middle, and here is Bird right on cue on the ball there. Does so much. Here's Brian Brown with a shot towards goal, and he's just dragged it wide. Really good effort from Brian Brown, but by his own standards, maybe if he had that one again, would have liked to put it on Connor Sparrow's goal there.
Of course, but again, that's that workhorse mentality from Bird. With a little flick on through to Brown, gets it on his left foot. Oh man, he just put it a little bit too far to the left.
Brown certainly is a man in form. Played some of his ball in Albania in 2019. Here's Kibato. Kibato goes down, brought down by Velo. Referee will just have a little word with the Frenchman. No card. Kibato, I think, is okay. Kemba Kibato, who's had to be content with place on the bench. This is only his 4th start of the season. He's now just clocked up 400 minutes on the season. Very, very lively. Came to FC Tulsa on a season-long loan. Here's one of those good old-fashioned challenges. Daniel Waston in the midfield.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of a late challenge from below. He didn't want Kibato to bring it out to the left-hand side, so it's kind of a professional foul to slow the play down a little bit. If you've noticed, Tulsa has been playing a lot of 1-2 possession. They get the ball, they try to get it to the next person as quickly as can, which they've done a couple of times, switching the ball from the left to the right, and vice versa. And so it's really going to be a fun match to watch tonight.
J.J. Williams just overcooking that one a little bit. It's going to roll out for a throw-in just down below our commentary position here at One Oak Field. Coming up to the 10th minute here. 0-0 the score, but certainly FC Tulsa have had a couple of opportunities, but then you could argue that Austin Wormel and the FC Tulsa goal has also had to make a double save. Fans, FC Tulsa will be back at One Oak Field on Saturday, June 25th to take on the Charleston Battery. Get your tickets to the match today at fctulsa.com/tickets. Dispay, the Cuban, 28-year-old. Little bit of space here. Plays it in field to Eric Bird. Just going back to Eric Bird in the midfield. Such an important player. Rolls his sleeves up, does those things. Doesn't often get man of the match because he's just one of those players that does so much that's unseen.
Yeah, that's right. You know, he's not going to be a flashy player. He's not going to score a ton of goals. But what he does is very vital to the team. Winning the ball in the midfield is one of the keys to any match. And so if you can win the ball and turn your team into a quick counterattack like they did on the last play.
Gabby Torres back here to Da Costa. He's hit the bar. It's beautiful ball from Kembo Kibato over the top of the defence. Gabby Torres, beautiful ball back. Da Costa hits the shot and it hits the bar. What a move by FC Tulsa. And Gabby Torres with the perfect ball, Daniel Wasson, to that man in frame, Da Costa. Here's another look.
I wasn't sure if the keeper got a touch on it or if it deflected off a defender, but Da Costa looked to claim that it was touched. Hard to tell on that angle, but either way, great attack from Tulsa. Ball played back early. Da Costa with a shot. Oh, man, so close on that one.
Beautiful ball from Kembo Kibato to start it off over the top. Gabby Torres running onto that one beautifully. Matias Silva, one of 3 Brazilians in the FC Tulsa starting 11 today. Here's Dispay. Long ball from him, looking for Brian Brown with Ofemu. Here's Barr, the 26-year-old Liberian. The captain tonight is Florian Velo. Here's Mark Segbers, under pressure immediately from Gabby Torres. Palacios having to go back to Sparrow. Sparrow clears up to halfway here underneath. This one is Reed with Silva. Silva wins that header and the ball is booted into the crowd and it'll be a throw-in. And we've had 12.5 pretty hectic minutes here at One Oak Field. The first ever meeting here at One Oak Field between these two. Referee wanting Torres to go back to halfway on the left-hand side. Crowd really getting into this here on what we said is a beautiful night, 80 degrees. It's just about perfect. The sun has almost disappeared from the playing surface. Nights like this, Daniel Wasson, when you want to get your boots on and get out there again, right?
Absolutely. I mean, this is perfect playing weather. Very low humidity, so the players are all going to be very fit for this game. Look for a lot of energy, a lot of high pace, quick 1-2 touches, balls in behind. You've seen Tulsa with quick touches. Here they are again, 1-2 touch. But when they do play the ball up, you've seen 1 or 2 times they've played long into Brown, and you could tell he's a player that doesn't want to go up and challenge for a header. He wants to stick his body into the defender, but try to bring the ball down with his chest and play 1-2s off of it. Yeah, it's been exciting so far.
Certainly exciting for Brian Brown up there with J.J. Williams on one side and Da Costa on the other in that exciting front three. FC Tulsa playing their 3-4-3 formation. They did start the season with a back 4. Mike Kensian has gone with the back 3. No Ronald Rodriguez or Joaquin Rivas there with El Salvador on international Cuba. So FC Tulsa missing 3 internationals tonight. Speedy Williams, the Jamaican, he's on international duty for the Miami FC as well. He's missing tonight. Ball is loose. Referee letting this go on here. Here's Aidan Stanley. Long ball now. Englishman Johnny Fennick heads it towards the right-hand corner for Adrian Dispay, who just keeps it in under pressure from Josh Perez. And the assistant said that ball is out, and it will be a throw-in to the Miami FC. And just about the only place that the sun is shining on the field as we come up to the 15th-minute mark, 0-0. Dave Saunders and Daniel Wasson here with you. Thanks for your company here on My 41 here locally in Tulsa, and also on ESPN Plus. We know that there are people tuning in from around the world for the USL Championship. Such is the wonder of the platforms that we can broadcast to. ESPN Plus. Good to have your company here. And the score 0-0, but we've had chances on either end.
You know, Dave, it's important that Tulsa got through the first 15 minutes. They've given up the most amount of goals on the season in that first 15-minute stretch. So Warmel's 2 saves early on. That's a big deal for FC Tulsa tonight. Let's see if they can continue that throughout the first half. Maybe tuck away one of those chances that they've had. It's been a pretty open game. Miami has struggled a little bit to maintain possession. But they still have had a couple of chances, and here's a nice corner kick for themselves. Let's see what they can do.
First corner for the away side. FC Tulsa have had 2 in this game. It's going to be Valo, the 29-year-old here, from the left-hand side, holding his right arm aloft. Plenty of orange shirts in the box. Everybody back for FC Tulsa. Here's the corner to Perez, back to Valo. Valo towards the far post. It's overdone that one a little bit. Still they keep possession here. Reed with a right-footed ball back into the box, headed away by Torres. Valo with Barr here. Sliding challenge from Eric Bird. Barr threading the ball through. Bradley Bourgeois back there with Perez for company. Bourgeois clears up to Brian Brown. Brown does not find Acosta, and Barr will sensibly calm things down and take a throw in. There he is on the left-hand side. That looked like a foul throw to me. Lifted his leg up, but we
That's
play
what I
on.
thought so too.
Not many of those given in a professional game, but it's one of those when you coach high school or kids teams and you say keep both feet on the ground. There we go. There's Johnny Fennick from Newcastle in the northeast of England. Came from Las Vegas Lights. Important player, had a wonderful game on Wednesday night to ensure that FC Tulsa came away with a creditable 1-1 home draw against Tampa Bay Rowdies. Here's J.J. Williams, signed from Birmingham Legion. Gets a 1-2 going here. Williams is on his own with 5 orange shirts around him as Brian Brown was down in a heap, and the referee will stop the game. But feature for me there, Daniel, was that the number of orange shirts back around J.J. Williams.
Yeah, you can see that's clearly part of their game plan, is to get numbers back early. All of their defenders, all of their midfielders, you could see as soon as they turned the ball over, they recognized it was as a chance for FC Tulsa to counter, and they all took off to defend. Very smart coaching, and good for the players to pick up on that as well. Ref played an advantage call, it looked like, on this one. Not much advantage when you're going up against 5 defenders.
That's why he's brought it back sensibly there. The referee, Deshaun Beard, explaining things to the Miami FC players. There's Eric Bird. Bird will take this free kick. It's a very high line defensively from Miami FC. Line drive towards the area, headed away by Palacios, back in by Silva. Brought down by Barr. Barr to Perez, strong challenge from Dispay. Now Dispay has had his yellow card problems. Miami FC don't like it, and we're going to see Adrian Dispay get another yellow card, and that is his 6th of the season. And if we get another look at that one, Dispay's unhappy. He felt he won the ball. Perez is down, and Adrian Dispay, as I said, gets his 6th yellow card of the season. Has also had a red card. at Orange County. Here's another look at this, Daniel Wasson, for you to have a look at for us.
So I thought he got the ball at first, which he did. Honestly, I felt like that was a clean tackle. It looked harsh, and of course we're seeing it in slow-mo, but to me that is an absolutely clean tackle. Ref might have missed one, and unfortunate that we got a yellow card for that tackle because he got all ball. Should not have been a foul.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky. I guess from the referee's viewpoint, maybe the way he went into the challenge might have been what persuaded the referee, but let's say we've seen a lot worse. But Dispay, I mean, you've played the game. If you're making that tackle, are you upset that you've got a yellow card for that?
Oh, I'm extremely upset. And unfortunately, that's going to impact the rest of the game because now he can't play with the same aggressiveness because he might be afraid of getting a second yellow and being sent off. So that's a tough one to swallow, and the ref's going to look at that one at halftime and wish he had that one back.
Here is Johnny Fennick to Adrian Dispay, the only man to be in the referee's notebook so far. We've played 20 minutes now here, 0-0 the score. It's a very intriguing game, this one. We'll give you the scores from around the USL Championship at half-time, of course. Here's DaCosta, who scored that late equaliser on Wednesday night, trying to find Torres, belted away by the Colombian Palacios, headed back. Palacios again, Segbers heads it forward to Reed. Reed over the top, but no one there apart from the Brazilian Matias Silva, the 25-year-old, former Hartford Athletic and Swope Park Rangers and Reno 1868 defender.
So one thing I'm noticing from Kabata, he's kind of all over the field right now, which makes it a little bit harder for Bird in the middle. I'd like to see Kabata stick on one side. I've seen him both on the left and the right, which means that Bird has to cover a lot of ground.
Bradley Bouchard's ball into the area is easily caught by Connor Sparrow inside his own 6-yard box. Yeah, what you're saying, you want them a little bit closer together maybe in that middle of the midfield?
That's correct, but also Kabata is finding himself too far to the wing, and then occasionally you'll find him on the opposite side, and so it's very hard for Bird to figure out his positioning too, having to cover
front. The number 27 Jamaican. There's a throw in from Segbers. Palacios, Reed trying to turn. Torres is in there with Silva. FC Tulsa come out with the ball.
Switch.
Here's Bird, who can switch it to the right-hand side. Now, Bradley Bourgeois streaking down the right-hand side. There's a couple of players, Brown and Williams, inside the box. Hits a defender, and it's away by Stanley. Bourgeois did well to get down that right-hand side. Here's Kibato. Adrian Dispay will find Bourgeois again. Bradley Bourgeois back to Adrian Dispay.
Look at the defense for Miami FC. They're all 11 back in their own half. They're just happy to let FC Tulsa play with the ball on their back. Nice and compact. It's very hard to get through a defense like this.
Palacios heads it away, comes to Gabby Torres. Torres left-footed, good ball into the box. Brown with the header! Over the top. Didn't quite get over the top of that one, Brian Brown. Good delivery from Gabby Torres. And one of those that Brian Brown will look back on. And just got underneath it slightly, Daniel, I think there.
Yeah, that's right. So on this play here, it's good movement by FC Tulsa. When a defense is tucked in, you have to move the ball side to side. They do that. Torres whips the ball in. Brown has a good attempt on goal, just misses it. Kind of wishes he had that one back.
Just got underneath it there. Brian Brown certainly knocking on the door for another goal to add to his 2 goals. Here's Connor Sparrow's kick towards the left-hand side. Dispay heads it in field. It's going to fall nicely here for Gabby Torres. Torres goes back to compatriot Silva. Torres again. Kibato, a little triangle being played there by Mike Entien's men, playing with a lot of confidence. 6 points between these two in the league. Very important night. If FC Tulsa can get a win here, they close to within 3 points of Miami FC. FC Tulsa have got all of their points here at One Oak Field. So an important series of games coming up for them. They've beaten Birmingham Legion by 3-1, San Diego Loyal by 1-0, and then a 3-2 victory over New York Red Bulls 2, before Detroit City came to town and were beaten 3-1, and then that 1-1 draw, the first time that FC Tulsa have drawn a game since they drew 1-1 with Indy 11 last season. And you have to go back to September last year for a 1-1 home draw against Birmingham Legion. They do not draw many games, FC Tulsa, and they did on Wednesday night. It was a good game. It's 0-0 here between these two at the moment. Not without goal incident, we would say. Coming up to the 25-minute mark. Ball loose inside the centre circle. Picked up by Parks. Parks finds Valo. Valo now to Mark Segbers. Wrong foot, Gabby Torres threading the ball through. Silver read that one really well. And he will come away with the ball and play it up to J.J. Williams. Ball loose again. Palacios wins that header. And the danger averted by Stanley. Dispay has got to be careful. Another foul this time on Joshua Perez. Perez is a really good player. The number 7, El Salvadorian. 2 headed goals this season. The man in frame there. Started every game. 16 appearances for his country. He's just a really good player. And will need looking after by FC Tulsa tonight. Bradley Bourgeois gets a good challenge in there. Throwing on the far side. As the world demands low cost, low carbon energy, Williams will be there with the best transport, storage and delivery solutions. Williams, we make clean energy happen. Ball inside the area. Dispay is there. Perez goes down. Referee's going to say it's just a goal kick, but he is going to check on Perez, who did hit the advertising awnings. I think you're right. I think a little clip from behind. It's one of those that you rarely see a penalty given. We'll just have a look at it here, Daniel. See if you can pick anything out for us.
The Miami FC, they're coming into their own right now. They've had a little bit of possession in the last couple of minutes. You know, that's one of those, you're not going to get a penalty. Ball's running out of bounds. Maybe a little tic-tac push from behind, but referee's not going to call that one.
Free kick to FC Tulsa. It's central. It's a long, long way out. J.J. Williams is looking at this one as if to say, I quite like a go on goal here, but it's a long way out. It's got to be 35 yards out, Daniel.
Yeah. If he's going to go for goal on this one, he must have a strong leg, because it is a ways out tonight.
J.J. Williams and Da Costa over this one. Williams comes up, does strike it low. Hits Parks, who controls, gives it away to Williams. Bourgeois now will dump it into the box. Sparrow will fist it away, and it'll be a throw-in to FC Tulsa. Next best thing for a goalkeeper, if you can't catch it, punch it away from the danger area. Did just that. Gabby Torres with the throw-in. Brian Brown waits inside the box. Kibato is lively, wants the ball. Play of orange shirts back. Da Costa tries to volley it back to Torres.
It looked like a little bit of confusion between Torres and Da Costa. Didn't seem like any of the players were really coming to get the throw in, which left Torres to have to throw it a little bit longer than I think he wanted to.
Junior Palacios with the throw-in. Back from Fenwick, as you were. Palacios, who's started 6 games for Miami FC, has got a goal against Pittsburgh the last time out, 2-2 draw. Perez, you don't want to give this man this much space, goes around one, still on the run. Perez now will shoot, hits Silva. It's going to fall nicely here for a throw-in or kept in by Segbers. Segbers to Valo. Valo, right-footed, good ball into the danger area. One of those really difficult ones that goes behind the back line. Good ball in. Nothing doing, and FC Tulsa defended that pretty well. FC Tulsa have, of course, had their problems defensively, but this back three tonight's worked pretty well so far, Daniel, would say?
That's right. They've really kept Miami FC without any decent chances. There's a couple chances early on, but other than that, haven't really had much pressure. On that one, it looked like Warmel was a little bit unsure if he should come for the ball or not. Thankfully, there was no Miami FC attacker in the area, so it didn't cause any problems. But one to watch out for later in the game. I'm sure they'll take a look at that at halftime and see that, hey, Warmel stayed on his line. Make sure our attackers keep on chasing after the ball in the box, because they might just be able to get on the end of one.
It's always a difficult one for a keeper, isn't it? Do you stick or twist? You know, it's a delightful ball in, to be fair, but you're right. It's something that both teams will look at. Here's Torres. Kembo Kibato just about manages to get the ball away from the Frenchman Valot. Miami FC have won 3 times on the road. They beat Tampa Bay Rowdies by 1-0. Also a fine win at Memphis 901 FC, who are flying this season, by 2-1, and then a very comprehensive 4-0 victory at Charleston Battery. 5 wins on the season, 3 away from home. 0-0 here. FC Tulsa have won 4 times at home, drawn once, that was last Wednesday, but they have lost 8 times. Once at home and 7 on the road. Here's Bradley Bourgeois, full of energy. Plays it back in field here to J.J. Williams. Williams tries to get a 1-2 going with DaCosta. Eric Bird has committed a foul on Valot. Valot said it was deliberate. Bird said it wasn't. It's one of those, I think, when you run across the back of the legs, isn't it? The referee's got no choice but to give a foul.
Yeah, exactly. That is, in my eyes, is clearly a foul. Stopped the counter-attack. J.J. Williams missed a cross into Brown. Had he had his head up, he would have seen Brown making a darting run, and just tried to go with a 1-2.
Here's the foul. One of those that...
yeah, I mean, just hooked him. Valot definitely went to ground a little easy, but most players are going to do that in this position, trying to work the ball out of your back. You got a little bit of pressure from a defender. Go down, take the foul, take a break, get your back line up, move your forwards up the field. It's just a professional foul.
There's Romeo Parks, who's just committed a foul. Free kick to FC Tulsa's Johnny Fennick. Adrian Dispay. Johnny Fennick with the ball here is a Newcastle United fan. He's been pretty pleased with the way that his team have performed in the English Premier League, he was telling me. Here's Eric Bird. Low ball cut out well by Aidan Stanley. Stanley now goes round Bird. Plays a good ball in here to Reed. Reed will bring in Segbers on the right-hand side. Good run from Segbers. Running against Gabby Torres. Torres nearly chopping him down. They had to be careful, and in the end it's a corner. And Mark Segbers showing what he can do, Daniel Wasson, from right back. He's a really attacking player, isn't he? An experienced player as well.
That's right. He's getting up the right-hand side fairly early, which when Miami FC has a little bit of possession and they can move the ball from left to right, you'll find him with some open space, especially with FC Tulsa only playing 3 at the back. So the ball's on the right side. The left back's going to be tucked in. If I were Miami FC, I'd be looking for maybe longer switches to Segbers getting up the right flank. He's going to find a lot of daylight out there.
Aidan Stanley it is then with the corner from the Miami FC right. Perez has gone short for this one. Referee is having a chat. Normally there's one chat by the referee to defenders and attackers who all plead their ignorance and innocence, and pushing and shoving round about Wormel, trying to get on the young goalkeeper. There's the ball into the box. Kibato heads away, brought down by Barr. Barr will strike it. It's going to run away, and it's going to run away for another Miami FC corner. But you'd say, Daniel Wasson, from the defensive point of view, FC Tulsa, who've had their problems defensively this season, defended that corner pretty well.
That's right. They're lining up in a zone on the corner. They've got one player on the near post, trying to make sure if any balls come in low, he can defend that.
Here's the ball to the far post, and that one's headed over from a couple of yards out. But to be fair, as the players pick themselves up, to be fair, it was a difficult one. Everybody's okay, Silva's okay, and the header over the top was from the number 22, Afemu. But it was difficult for him. I think it was just above his head. He was close in, Daniel, but we'll see here. Always a difficult one when it comes to you at that angle, isn't it?
It definitely is. He had a good opportunity, but he was being challenged. And that one, it's difficult to get the ball to go down on a header like that. So not surprising that it went over the bar. But a good opportunity off the corner. And here's Tulsa again with more 1-2s, trying to move the ball from left to right. You can see if they can find the big switch, it's wide open for Bradley on the right-hand side.
Here's Kibato trying to work some space. Silva will recycle this one. Here's Fennick. Silva again on that left of the three. Johnny Fennick, who's been preferred as the centre of the threes, predominantly left-footed. Dispay, Bradley Bourgeois. Johnny Fennick. And Silva will go back to Austin Wormel.
Bird needs a little bit of help in there because he needs his teammates to tell him he can turn the ball. He got rid of that one too fast. He played a one-timer out to the outside. But if he had some communication from behind him, he could have turned and gone straight up the middle of the field. They still played the ball well. Some good combination play. We're able to keep possession, get it out to Bradley Bourgeois, who was able to cross it in. Now we have a stoppage in play.
Yeah, J.J. Williams just got a bang in the face there. Didn't get enough on that last shot to trouble Connor Sparrow. But J.J. Williams is a tough customer and joint top goal scorer on 5 with Rodrigo da Costa. We'll just have a look here, Daniel. I don't think he got enough on this, really. But
it took kind of an elbow across the back of his neck, obviously unintentional. But I think that threw him off a little bit. Didn't quite get the contact that he wanted on the shot, so dribbled into Sparrow. But again, it was all because of a build-up from FC Tulsa. Playing the 1-2 touch has been their key this whole game so far. Clearly part of their game plan tonight. Miami is dropping back a little bit, so that's allowing FC Tulsa to keep some possession in the back. So anytime they need an escape, they can always turn around and play backwards. But they've done a really good job of keeping the ball, playing into pockets, not playing a lot of long through balls. And as you can see, they've gotten some build-up. Here comes another cross, maybe.
J.J. Williams
He won the corner.
Work. Yeah, he's trying to work his way through there. He's won himself a corner there. Barr's not too happy. He felt it was a goal kick, but J.J. Williams was not going to give that one up, and it'll be a corner for Rodrigo da Costa. There's Williams, 5 goals this season. Scored a brace earlier on the season in the 3-2 win over New York Red Bulls 2. Also scored a goal against Pittsburgh in a 4-3 defeat. Incredible game here when Pittsburgh were leading by 4-1. 2 late goals from FC Tulsa, bringing back the 4-3. And then he scored in Tampa, 3rd game in a row. Here's the ball into the danger area, double fist away from Connor Sparrow. Headed back in by Brown and away by Stanley. And the ball is loose here with Birdie's undercooked that one. Wormel's come out and just about done enough between them. And now there's a long ball towards goal, which Valo is going to chase now, and Gabby Torres does well. It was all a bit untidy, Daniel Wasson, but FC Tulsa got away with it.
They sure did. The ball took an awkward bounce right before it was played back to Wormel, which it was one of those balls that was played halfway in between the defender and the keeper. Reed came running onto it. Wormel was just barely fast enough to get it cleared. But still dangerous because the ball ended up going out for a Miami FC corner. Let's see if they can have another opportunity. They've had a couple opportunities off corner kicks today. We'll see what they can muster up here.
Yeah, Stanley it is with the 4th corner for his team in this half. Left-footed, be an in-swinger. Plenty of orange shirts inside the box. Here comes the ball, headed off the line. Wormel was there as well. Here's Reed trying to fashion out an opportunity. Perez, Stanley onto his left foot, favoured left foot towards the back post, and that's going to go away, and the referee will say that will be a goal kick. The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ plus community through the Forever Proud project. The USL strives to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/foreverproud. 0-0 the score. We're coming up to the 40-minute mark here. And there's Austin Wormel, who's kept a clean sheet so far in this game. Made several saves. Early on, it was a good double save that he made. Dave Saunders and Daniel Wasson with you here in the commentary box here at One Oak Field, where FC Tulsa have got all of their points this season. Kibato threads the ball through, and he has gone in unfairly into the back of Mark Segbers. There's Gabby Torres. 1 goal and 1 assist this season. Torres really came out of the blocks flying for FC Tulsa. As I said, he's in the team of the week 3 weeks in a row. Then he was out with some injury problems. But Gabby Torres has managed to start. This will be his 11th start today. Throw into FC Tulsa with Matthias Silva. 4 minutes to go till half time. In the Williams half-time show, we'll look at some scores from around the USL tonight. We'll also look at the first half highlights, of course, and the stats as we look at JJ Williams now going down the middle. He's up against Stanley onto his right foot, and keeper Sparrow saves with his right foot. Well, it doesn't matter how you save them when you're a goalkeeper, but Sparrow's shouting in his defence because he feels they took their eye off the ball there. JJ Williams with a really good opportunity as FC Tulsa get another corner.
So that started all from a throw and in the back. The Miami FC coach, Anthony Poulos, is not going to be happy with this defense. They were all sucked over onto the right-hand side. A quick ball up to Brown. Makes the cross over to JJ Williams with the early shot. Great save down at his feet. That ball came through the legs of the defender. So it was a quick reacting save. Keeper did very well to make that stop.
Eric Bird is pushed Reed in the back there. That's going to be a quick free kick. Here's Valo. Segbers is wide on the right-hand side, right on halfway. Goes in field to Valo. Valo back to Palacios. Now the Frenchman again, driving that ball down the right-hand side. Here's Matthias Silva, able to get it up towards Da Costa, and Da Costa's been fouled. The two number 10s clashing there, and it will be a free kick for FC Tulsa with 2.5 minutes until we see the fourth officials board showing us how much time will be added on. Johnny Fanek, who's had a pretty solid game at the back, as has Adrian Dispay, although Dispay carries that yellow card in this game, of course. Here's Matthias Silva completing the back three. Here's Da Costa finding some space wide on the left-hand side. Drives the ball to Williams, who heads it towards goal, and it's just wide of the target. Didn't quite get enough on it, but what a ball in from the Brazilian Da Costa, Daniel Wasson.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, FC Tulsa, they continue to get the ball wide, get it into the box. Their forwards are finding space. Here's another look at it. As the ball comes in, Da Costa sets it up. And Williams is just, I mean, Stanley as a defender, he's got to be closer there. Williams had all the time in the world. Just quite couldn't get the contact right to bring the header back across the goal. But another great opportunity.
Yeah, here's Brian Brown now with a shot, but he's got underneath that one, and that one hits the second tier here at One Oak Field. But Williams is causing some trouble down that right-hand side.
He sure is. FC Tulsa, I've said it, I don't know how many times this half, but the 1-2 touch is really throwing Miami FC off their game. because they're moving the ball in, they're moving it out, moving it in, moving it out. Williams does a quick touch to Brown. Unfortunately, he was going for the glory on that one. Wanted to maybe rip the back of the net on that shot. Got under it just a little bit too much.
Here they come again with DaCosta now, trying to bring in Brown. Brown clashes with Connor Sparrow. Brown's gone down. The referee says it will be a corner. Brian Brown has gone down. It was a pretty heavy collision, but I think Connor Sparrow, the goalkeeper, would say, I have my eyes on the ball, and goalkeepers, as you know, Daniel Watson, anything in the way they don't care about, do they? So he had his eyes on the ball. We'll just have a look at this.
Oh, I don't know.
Heavy collision.
He definitely got there late. It's kind of a, it's a bang-bang play, as they say. I don't think it was Sparrow who hit Brown. I think it was Sparrow punching the ball at the same time as Brown was heading it. Of course, anytime you have a head injury, you gotta watch out for Brown. You can see the athletic trainer is out on the field, checking up on him, making sure he's going to be good to go. He'll have to go off the pitch for just a little bit, which is unfortunate during the corner because he's a dangerous striker on set pieces.
Let's just say, Daniel Watson, we've seen penalties given for those challenges.
Definitely, and we saw earlier where Dispa got a yellow card for getting the ball at the same way. So when it's a goalkeeper, goalkeepers typically get a little bit more grace than field players. They've got a tough position.
FC Tulsa.
All in all, I think it was a fair call.
Fifth corner into the danger area, and the assistant referee is flagging for something there, and there will be a free kick for Miami FC as we're going to play the Tulsa Tech stoppage time. Enroll today at tulsatech.edu. We're going to have 1 minute of Tulsa Tech stoppage time. Sparrow, who's kept a clean sheet. There's Johnny Fennick heading it well to Gabby Torres. Is there one last attack here for FC Tulsa at the end of this first half here at One Oak Field? Here's DaCosta, Brown. Good defending. Back to Sparrow, who were clear left-footed. And the referee brings proceedings of the first half to an end, and it's been a good first half. No goals, but Daniel Watson, two good teams on display, two goalkeepers in very good form.
Yeah, that's right. Both keepers have made some incredible saves. There has not been a lack of opportunities tonight. Both teams have been great at attacking. FC Tulsa, I'd say, has had a better part of the chances than Miami has, but been an exciting match so far.
Plenty more then to play for here at One Oak Field in tonight's game. 0-0 it is as we go to the break. We're back with the Williams halftime show right after this.
Rib Crib's been smoking the good stuff over 20 years, serving up mouth-watering barbecue, talking about slow-smoked classics like Rib Crib's famous ribs. Yeah. Hungry yet? Rib Crib.
At Williams, we're focused on adding new technology and operating practices that deliver right here, right now reductions in global emissions, cutting-edge emissions measuring and monitoring, certifiable and transparent emissions data, real-time energy optimization across the natural gas value chain, integration and delivery of the fuels of the future, meeting global energy demand and global climate goals. For us, this is just the beginning. Williams, we make clean energy happen.
Trust the local experts in career training. For more than 50 years, Tulsa Tech has been in your neighborhood. From high schools to our 6 campuses, we're ready to train you for the career of your dreams. Get the industry credentials to get paid with our hands-on training in everything from aerospace and automotive to health science and IT. Make this next year the best ever. And see how Tulsa Tech can help make your own path by calling 918-828-5000 or logging on to tulsatech.edu today.
Whoa, nice ride, brother. Thanks, man. Go check out Ferguson Kia. Get one for yourself.
So Ferguson Kia, huh?
Yes, sir. With their new lineup, they have something for every lifestyle.
Thanks, Sean. Remember, we've got what you're looking for.
It's not without incident in this game that we get to the half-time score of 0-0. Plenty more to come. Plenty more in this half-time segment. We will be back with the Williams half-time show right after this.
"10 years in the making, a dream start for City." Maxi Rodriguez, what a stop by Steinwasser. And it's into the back of the net. El Paso for a corner and a pin. What a goal. Are you watching Football Americas?
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Welcome back into One Oak Field. 0-0 the score, as you can see. We've had plenty of chances on both goals, but alas, no goals to speak of. But you just feel there's a lot more to come in the second half. Let's have a look at some scores from around the USL Championship that have been happening. Some are at half-time, some have finished, and there was an incredible game between Charleston Battery and Indy 11. Indy 11 raced out to a 4-1 half-time lead. They were pegged back by Charleston Battery, but alas, they could not get anything from that game. It finished 4-3 to Indy 11. Pittsburgh 1, Detroit 1, and also at half-time it's Rio Grande Valley 0, Los Dos 0, and Memphis 901, who are in a really good, rich vein of form, lead Atlanta United 2 by 3-1 at half-time, which brings us, Daniel Waston, alongside me to the standings. And when you look at tonight's game, Miami FC, they're in 6th on 20 points. FC Tulsa in 9th on 14. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that if FC Tulsa can get the 3 points, it just closes that gap on Miami, who are in 6th.
Yeah, that's right. If they can get a win here tonight, brings them within 3. Plenty of season left to play. But a good opportunity for FC Tulsa, who I feel has had a little bit more momentum than Miami FC tonight. So if they can put one in the back of the net, hold on to the game for the win, close that gap a little bit, that'll be very beneficial going into the later part of the season.
Top 7 who go into the playoffs. Memphis 901, of course, up the top there. Lou City, familiar name up there in second. Let's have a look now at the team of the week for the USL Championship, and congratulations to Portillo for being the player of the week. Cameron Lancaster, the Englishman, back from injury for Lou City there in the forward line, and also for Newton, the goalkeeper. And one player on show tonight is Junior Palacios there, the second name down on the list. He is playing at centre-back for FC Tulsa's opponents, Miami FC. Now, talking of FC Tulsa, Daniel, let's have a look at the upcoming schedule. And every FC Tulsa fan knows that all of their points have come at home. Important game, we know, the second half in this one, but look at the next 2 games. They have to go on the road. They've got to get something. How do they turn it around? Is it a mindset? Is it confidence? You've been there, you've played. How do they do it?
I mean, what a frustrating position to be, not having any points on the road through 6 games this season. Right now, with the next 2 games being away, they've got to come away with at minimum 2 draws. If they could get a win out of one of them, that's even better. But they've got to figure out something. They've got to figure out if it's like a flight scheduling problem or what. Maybe put their earbuds in different directions or whatever. But they got to change something up.
Got to change something, as we can see in that caption. 4 of the next 5 away from One Oak Field. We've got a top second half coming up. We're going to show you the highlights of the first half when we come back after the break. It's the Williams Halftime Show. It's 0-0.
Tulsa Bone and Joint is Northeast Oklahoma's one-stop shop for orthopedic care and now features outpatient joint replacement surgeries at Union Pines Surgery Center. Dr. Jason Griffin of Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as the team physician for FC Tulsa. Since 2018, Dr. Griffin has provided his medical expertise both on the field and in the clinic to FC Tulsa players. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to be the official orthopedic care provider for FC Tulsa. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
This is a city that is being run like a startup.
I think it's a remote mecca that's in the ground stages.
Everything that I do for fun in DC, I was also able to do here, but it was way more accessible. I got here and was fully impressed.
The city is genuinely welcoming of new people and new ideas.
We have to start realizing there's other places to live besides just the East Coast and West Coast.
Today's match is brought to you by Tulsa Remote. Tulsa Remote is looking for great people to join our community. Tell your friends out of state to check out Tulsa. By Rib Crib, smoking the good stuff since '92. By Panera, try one of the new chef's chicken sandwiches at Panera today. The signature take or the spicy take. Panera, the familiar made fantastic. And by Bank of Oklahoma, we go above so you can go beyond. 0-0 the score here as you look at a shot of downtown Tulsa, but we've had a really action-packed first half, and let's have a look now at the first half highlights here in the Williams Halftime Show. Dave Saunders alongside Daniel Wasson, and Daniel, it all started off with this attempt by Tulsa into side netting.
Yeah, Brown got on the end of a deflection, wasn't quite able to get his foot on top of it enough. But here were 2 incredible saves. Look at Warmel getting up as fast as he can. That first save was a quick reaction.
And then
here's Brown, another shot. You can see he's trying to go with the outside of his left boot to try to curl it into the back post. Not quite there. What a great play here by Torres to get to the byline. Plays it back for DaCosta. Barely misses, hits it off the crossbar. Another opportunity for Brown as he goes up for a header off a Torres cross. Just goes over the top. J.J. Williams with a quick shot here and a good save by Sparrow.
Yeah, Sparrows had a good first half. There was another effort by J.J. Williams just past the post here. Just didn't get enough on that one. And alas, we come to half-time 0-0. And Daniel, as we look at the first half stats, we'll see here some interesting stats. Obviously, no goals, but the shots, 11-7. I'm always interested by possession, and FC Tulsa have dominated that.
Yeah, that's right. Miami FC has really sat back. They've wanted to try to counterattack. It's been clear. FC Tulsa has done an incredible job of keeping the ball. They've gotten out of tight situations with a lot of 1-2 touches. When they needed to take a break, they put it to their back line to keep the possession. They've moved the ball from left to right, clearly in control of the game. But Miami FC is definitely dangerous on the counterattack. They had a couple of good opportunities early on, a couple incredible saves by Warmel.
Tactically, when you look at 3-4-3 versus, you could argue 4-3-3, what are you seeing? Where's the game going to be won? What needs to change? Is it something in the midfield, or, you know, FC Tulsa have got a pretty good front three, haven't they? So the 3-4-3 seems to be working well.
The 3-4-3 is definitely working for them. They're going to find space on the outside. Because Miami FC is playing a 4-3-3 and their three midfielders are centrally tucked, that's going to leave gaps on the outside of the field for Bradley Bourgeois and Torres to find a lot of space. That's why if Tulsa can continue their 1-2 possession, switch the ball early, they can find Miami FC crowded into one side of the field, which, if you noticed early on the throw-in, which led to the Williams attempt, it was a quick throw-in, quick switch of the ball, and Williams was through. Unfortunately, didn't put it in the back of the net, but that's what it takes.
The good news, if you're an FC Tulsa fan, is that you look at the front three, Brown, Rodrigo, DaCosta and J.J. Williams, and they're all in good goal-scoring form, aren't they? And they're three very, very good players. You feel, if you're an FC Tulsa fan, or you're hopeful, I should probably say, that they can break the deadlock in the second half.
Yeah, that's right. They've got some players who are really in form, and if they can maintain the momentum, a lot of times when you control the possession in the first half and you go into the locker room, sometimes there's a lull to get back into it at the beginning of the second half. So it'll be interesting to see what adjustments have been made at the break, what Coach Anthony Poulos is telling his Miami team on any adjustments that they're going to make to try to prevent FC Tulsa from switching the ball early, and see if they can maintain more possession in this second half.
Adrian Dispay gets bumped off the ball there by Romeo Parks. Referee has been very consistent on those bumps off the ball, and he's given a free kick pretty much every time. The last time FC Tulsa failed to score in a game was on the 23rd of April, when they went down by 2-0 to Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. They have had some heavy beatings away from home, 4-1 and 5-1 at Lou City and Orange County FC respectively, but they've always managed to score a goal. Here they haven't scored tonight, but we've got a long way to go in this second half. Welcome in again, Dave Saunders and Daniel Watson here with you on My 41 here locally in Tulsa, and also on ESPN Plus. Beautiful ball to Bourgeois. Bourgeois now gets the ball just under his feet there, and the ball hits the corner flag. We're still in play here. Bourgeois there trying to win a corner, and in fact he has won a corner, and the defender is not very happy about that bar. He said that the ball came off Bradley Bourgeois, but the result is a corner. FC Tulsa, their 6th corner of the game, and it is Rodrigo DaCosta from the FC Tulsa right. Crowding, good voice here. Saturday night here in downtown Tulsa. Everybody back for Miami FC inside their half. Referee blows the whistle, wants a word about the pushing and shoving, especially in and around Connor Sparrow, the goalkeeper. Referee's just saying you've got to keep your arms down, you mustn't push each other around. Thankless task for a referee on a corner like this with a crowded goalmouth. You can see it there from our shot. Here's DaCosta replacing the ball now. Can FC Tulsa get on the board early on here in the second half? Here's DaCosta towards the near post, headed away. It's going to come to Eric Bird, but it bounces. Dispay gets in a bit of a tangle, chips it over the top, and that's going to go through to Connor Sparrow. And we've seen some pretty good defending, Daniel, tonight by both teams from the corners, and we've had a lot of corners now.
Yeah, that's right. Miami FC likes to bring all of their players back on defensive corners, which limits them on the attack if they are to defend it well, because they just don't have anyone up front to receive the ball or break out. But again, here's FC Tulsa with a quick ball movement. Bird plays the ball up to Brown. He does a great job of holding off the defender. He's about to get him on the half turn, so the defender takes him down. Smart foul, I think, because I believe DaCosta or Torres was on the outside making a decent run. So if Brown could have gotten around him, it could have been dangerous for Miami FC. So smart foul there.
Rodrigo DaCosta it is. The Brazilian here clips the ball left-footed. Here's Bourgeois in acres of space, heads it towards goal, but it's an easy catch for Connor Sparrow. Good free kick. They've obviously worked on that one, but Bradley Bourgeois just heading it just a little bit too close to the keeper. Yeah,
that's one of those plays that you work on during the week on the training ground. Sometimes it works a little bit better than in the match, mostly because your own team knows what's going on, but the other team doesn't act as your teammates as well as in practice. So, sometimes it doesn't work out in the match.
Ball back from Stanley here to Sparrow. Sparrow out as Miami FC with Perez here. Good turn, Velo, sorry. And Velo gets chopped down in the end, and that could well be a yellow card, and it will be for Eric Bird in the middle of the midfield there. That's his third yellow card of the season. And as I said early on in the first half, Perez is a class act, and he gets chopped down there.
Yeah, Bird knew it right away. He knew he would have been cautioned for that foul. Stopping the counter-attack.
Free kick then for Miami FC. Fans, don't miss out on any of the FC Tulsa action this season. Secure your season tickets, mini plans, or single match tickets today at fctulsa.com/tickets. FC Tulsa at home on June the 25th against Charleston Battery. That one's overdone, and that will bounce into the grateful hands of Austin Wormo, wearing all red tonight. Here's Johnny Fennick inside his own area. FC Tulsa get it out of their own 18-yard box there. Brian Brown bumped to the floor by Afemu. No foul, says the referee.
A little bit of a dangerous ball into Cabato, but he did well with it. He played it out to the outside. FC Tulsa was able to get out of that situation, working the ball out of the back. It looks like Miami has really changed up their defense a little bit. Ba is not tucking in as much as he was in the first half, and so Bradley Bourgeois is not having as much space early on in the second half as he was in the first half.
Yeah, good spot. That's the voice of Daniel Watson, former MLS player, with yours truly, Dave Saunders, here tonight, trying to bring you a goal in this one, 0-0, but we've not been short on entertainment and goal-mouth action. Both keepers have been earning their money tonight, keeping the score at 0-0. Torres battling away with DaCosta. It's going to be a throw into Miami FC. Crowd have really stayed with it tonight. Here's the number 18, Junior Palacios. Headed back by Mateus Silva. DaCosta heads it forward. Bourgeois now will try to shut down Stanley. Stanley's ball is loose down the left-hand side, and that'll run harmlessly away for a throw-in for Adrian Dispay. Dispay and Eric Bird in the referee's notebook. Here's Bradley Bourgeois, who attended the University of Tulsa from 2012 to 2016. And interestingly enough, Daniel, you were telling me about the substitute goalkeeper tonight for the visitors, Jake Maguire, who, as the ball runs away, was at the university at the same time as Bradley Bourgeois.
Yeah, that's right. I got a chance to see him play a couple of times, and although he's on the bench tonight, he played really well for the University of Tulsa. As teammate there with Bradley Bourgeois, They had a couple of really good seasons.
Jake Maguire, who has made some appearances for Miami FC this season, in fact 3 to be precise, but Sparrow it is who's started the last 9 games, including this one. Kibato thought he won the ball. Kibato's going to go into the book. We're going to see if that was a clean tackle or not, but Kibato goes into the book. So both midfielders in the centre of the midfield for FC Tulsa now, Daniel, in the book, which could cause a bit of a problem if they lunge in again. Let's just have a look at this one. Is it worthy of a yellow card from the referee?
At first I thought it was a clean tackle. Hard to tell on that angle, but it looked to me that he got the ball first and then caught the ankle. I don't know if it was quite worthy of a yellow card. Didn't seem like it was an obvious counter attack. Here's another look at it on the tackle on Kibato.
Akinyoda is the player there.
Yeah, might have clipped him. I still don't think it was worthy of a yellow card. Just a foul. I feel like the ref has been a little bit quick to give the FC Tulsa players go into his pocket and giving them yellow cards.
What I would say, in fairness to the referee, Deshaun Beard, he was right on top of the play there, so he had a pretty good view of it. But, yeah, yellow card it was. Stanley clips it towards the right-hand side, looking for Segbers. Good header away by Gabby Torres. Interesting enough, the foul there of the player that was injured was Bolu Akinyoda, who is a very, very good friend of the aforementioned Bradley Bourgeois. Those two played together at Nashville, and they've remained very, very good friends. Obviously no quarter given in the 90 minutes, but I'm sure they're going to embrace at the end of this game. Everybody back for FC Tulsa. Another corner for the visitors. Their 5th of the game. Stanley towards the near post. Flicked on by Velo. Kneed over the bar by J.J. Williams. I'm not sure how much J.J. Williams knew about that, Daniel Watson. It's one of those where it kind of hits you and you hope it doesn't go in the back of the net.
Yeah, you hope it doesn't go into the back of the net, or that it hits your hand in a non-defensive way, because I've seen penalties given plenty of times for that. So fortunately for Williams, he gets a knee to it and gets it out wide for a corner kick.
Just see it quickly here. Does it come towards him quickly there? To be fair, I think he does get something on that and put it over the bar.
Yep,
there's plenty of pushing and shoving. Bourgeois and Reed in there. There's Bird trying to get it away. Fennick gets a stab at it. Velo hits a left-footed shot from 17 yards out into row T. And now we have Austin Wormel, who would just like to cap off a good week for him personally to keep a clean sheet here. Obviously there's a long, long way to go, but he takes the goal kick here to Johnny Fennick. Fennick, long ball down that left-hand side. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. 0-0 the score here. We're in the 57th minute.
So Fenwick played one of the only long balls that I've seen FC Tulsa play there. They've really had success in the first half, keeping the ball on the ground, finding the triangles, 1-2 quick possessions. You can see the long ball from Fenwick. It's just not their game. If they want to find space, they need to play quick 1-2 balls. It looks like Miami FC has spread out in the middle to try to take away some of those areas for FC Tulsa on the quick switches, which should then leave space in the middle to play the ball into the forward's feet. They need to find DaCosta. They need to find Brown and Williams coming to the ball so they can get in and back, and then maybe a through ball.
Yeah, it's
but the long balls from the back is just not working for FC Tulsa.
Yeah, they're eaten up, aren't they? It's a good point you make. It's the voice of Daniel Watson, the former MLS player, alongside yours truly, Dave Saunders, here tonight for FC Tulsa 0, Miami FC 0. And they work the ball out well. Here's Perez out on wide on the left is Barr.
Yeah, you can see Miami is kind of coming into their own right now in the first 12 minutes of the second half. Finally getting some possession, stringing the ball together. This is a dangerous attempt right here.
Perez now, outside. Barr across goal. It's going to come to the far side here. Still they knock on the door. Real chance. Turn shot. Headed away by Dispay. The shot was from Parks. The header, Dispay. Stanley trying to keep the pot boiling here. Stanley has lost possession. J.J. Williams has given it away. Bird goes in and tries to win a tackle. This game really heating up now. Here's Perez. Closely shackled by Dispay. Perez still with the ball. Little turn there, doesn't go right. Dispay comes away with the ball. Good defending. Brian Brown tries to lay it off there to Da Costa. Valo wins it back. Momentum of the game increasing here. Here's Segbers down that right-hand side looking for Reed. Reed in field. Wormal comes out, swallows that one up, and it remains 0-0. Good flurry of action. Miami FC turning on the attacking prowess a little bit there, Daniel, but again, good defending from FC Tulsa.
Very good defending. I don't know if it was Valo or Perez, but when Parks got the ball, had Parks let the ball go, I think it might have been Valo, was streaming down the center of the box, who would have had a easy finish, running forward towards goal, but instead Parks took the ball, tried to tuck it away, but Valo was, I think, a little bit disappointed he didn't have a chance there.
Yeah, on another day, Valo might have received that ball and broken the deadlock. Alas, it stays 0-0. Referee saying that's going to be a Miami FC ball. Stanley will take that. Referee saying it's a throw-in, not a free kick. Stanley then infield there to Akinyoda. Here's Stanley. Stanley up to Perez. Perez stabs it through, but here's Silva. Silva up to Brown. Brown lays it off to Da Costa. Da Costa here to Bird. Bird will bring in J.J. Williams wide on the right. Here's J.J. Williams onto his left foot. Thought about a shot. Might do now. Curls it towards goal. That's a tremendous effort. Just didn't have enough curl on it, but he certainly had Connor Sparrow sprawling there. J.J. Williams thought about it 3 times and in the end hit a left-footed shot.
And that was the play that I was talking about. They had the ball. They got it up to Brown at his feet. He was able to lay it off for Da Costa, who was able to then switch it over to Williams, who just kept finding space. He took an extra couple touches, which was good for him, had it on his preferred left foot, just didn't quite curl it around enough, but it was a very good attempt and a very good play by FC Tulsa.
J.J. Williams wanting to become the top goal scorer. He's got 5, same as Rodrigo Da Costa. Free kick. Silva was taken down from behind. It's been a very difficult week, as I'm sure you all know, for the Tulsa community, and the players had some training tops on that said Tulsa Strong, and they are available at the team shop or online, and all proceeds will go to the victims' families in that sad shooting that we had this week. And Mike Ensian, to quote him, said, our thoughts are with those people who lost someone, and hopefully the ones who are in recovery recover fully and these things stop. And he said it was with heavy hearts that he heard the news, but recognises, as everybody at FC Tulsa does, how much the thoughts and the support are with those affected. 0-0 the score here. Perez has got to his feet. So just to repeat, those training tops that FC Tulsa were wearing tonight, the grey tops, they are available at the team shop or online, and the proceeds going to the victims' families. Here's the corner from Stanley. into the near post. Kind of a flick on there. Fennick sticks out a left foot. Back to Stanley. Stanley will get this one back into the box again. Header away by J.J. Williams, and then Valo balloons the ball over the top. And again, FC Tulsa have defended it well. As we see, Miami FC are going to make a change. And this is a big change as well, because Reed is going to come off. And here is a man that FC Tulsa, Daniel Watson, know extremely well, Kyle Murphy, who played last year for Memphis 901 FC. FC Tulsa played Memphis 901 FC last year 4 times. Murphy scored in 3 of those 4 games. He likes scoring against FC Tulsa.
Yeah, that's correct. 3 goals against Tulsa last year. Obviously, FC Tulsa are going to keep a close eye on him tonight.
Yeah, scored 20 goals in the season for Memphis 901 FC, which was a club record as well. Here's Austin Wormel. Now, Bird will just touch the ball off here to Bradley Bourgeois. Kembo Kibatu trying to find some space, gives it away. Josh Perez. Murphy sprinting down the right. Murphy, could it be a goal with his first touch? There is Murphy, but he's just taken that one over the top. But it just shows you that he's going to bring a liveliness to that front line. Good substitution at a good time in the game.
Absolutely. A good time. A lot of teams like to bring on their first sub around the 60-minute mark. This ball looked like it might have checked up on him a little bit. I felt like he wanted it on his right foot, but it bounced backwards, so he had to take it with his left. You know, that's one of those, you have to be quick with your thoughts on how to take that attempt. Just didn't quite get it down and put it over the bar.
Yeah, it's a good spot you made there. The ball just holding up there. He wanted it to kind of move on a bit quicker, didn't he? And he would have been able to have better momentum on the ball. Dispay clears. Osage Casino Hotel is your place for fun and entertainment after the match. Enjoy a world-class casino experience with high-stakes tables and over 1,600 electronic games. Just 4 miles from One Oak Field. Osage Casino Hotel, Tulsa, 0-0. 65 minutes gone in this one. Thanks for your company here locally in Tulsa, My41, and also globally on ESPN Plus. Throw-in is going to go the way of the away side. Miami FC, if you're not familiar with these two teams, the home side, FC Tulsa, playing in black and gold shirts from left to right on your screens. The away side with the ball here with Junior Palacios from Miami. Miami FC, the first 2 meetings of these two teams at One Oak Field. And they are playing in orange shorts and shirts with blue socks from right to left on your screens. Here's Gabi Torres, the Brazilian, steps inside to Kibatu. Kibatu forward, looking for the hard-working Brian Brown, who's won a throw-in here. Torres will take the ball from Rodrigo da Costa.
So it looks like Miami FC has changed from a 4-3-3 to a 3-4-3 to match FC Tulsa, and that's why you see in the midfield the players are spread out more, and so FC Tulsa really needs to take advantage. They're 3-on-3 at the back. They need to get the ball into Brown's feet and play off of him that way. They're not seeing as much space on the outside. They haven't had quite as much possession because of it this half. Miami FC has definitely looked better so far in the second half.
Here's J.J. Williams onto his right foot. He's been driven wide, and he's going to win some kind of consolation prize. As you know, the ball stays in and comes off Bradley Bourgeois. Bradley Bourgeois, in fact, has won the throw-in, so this will be a long throw from Bradley Bourgeois into the danger area. 0-0 the score. 67 minutes gone here at One Oak Field. Bourgeois out of shot, comes up to the white line, throws the ball in towards the near post. It's headed away. Bohr clears it. Now here's Dispay. Line drive into the box over the top of Brian Brown, goes away harmlessly for a goal kick. It's also, interestingly enough, when you play, and I alluded to this on Wednesday night, when you play 3 at the back and you're up against 3 strikers, it really is 1 for 1, isn't it? I mean, it's an exciting game when there's 3 strikers against 3 defenders.
It is, and because of the adjustment that Miami FC has done, it looks like Bradley Bourgeois is tucking in a little bit in the back to give a little bit more help to the 3 defenders. He's not finding as much space up the right-hand side, and so because of that, he's tucking in and making sure that they still have 1 up in the back.
Silva trying to bring in Bradley Bourgeois here. Ball goes back here to Stanley. Stanley clipping the ball, left-footed. Dispay, good first touch. Under pressure from Perez, though. Throw in now to Miami SC, who've made 1 substitution. Kyle Murphy coming in for Reed. FC Tulsa have stuck with their starting 11. Also on the bench for Miami tonight is Callum Chapman-Page, the Englishman who played for FC Tulsa. Coming back from injury, could well make an appearance tonight. Here's Junior Palacios, the Colombian, 2nd season with Miami. Cleared by Dispay. Headed forward by Afemu. Matis Silva with some defending to do. Wins the throw-in off Romeo Parks.
I can't see who it is, Dave, but on the Miami FC bench, a player is getting instructions to come in. Looks like he's making his way to the center line now.
Yeah, I think you're right. Daniel Watson with the younger eyes. Better eyes than I. There's Coach Anthony Pullis, the 37-year-old, born in Bristol there in the southwest of England, was the assistant at Inter Miami, also coach at St. Louis FC, and he was asked to be the coach for Miami FC from November 2021. And there is the aforementioned Callum Chapman-Page, who will take the place of Barr. He is a central defender, so it'll be interesting to see this move here, Daniel Watson, to see whether Stanley will push on maybe a little bit on the left-hand side, and maybe they've gone back to 3 centre-backs. We'll see here as it settles down.
That's what it looks like. Stanley's moved up. Again, a good job by Brown holding off the defender. Wins a ball, wins a foul, allows the team to move up, and this is a dangerous area for a set piece. It's almost like a corner kick. The ball's going to be floated in. If FC Tulsa was smart, they would play the ball short right now, but it looks like Torres or DaCosta, no, DaCosta's on the ball. It looks like Torres is tying his shoe, but they could play him in right now, and it'd be really dangerous.
Here is DaCosta to the far post. Out comes the keeper, Connor Sparrow. Plucks that one out of the night sky, and just not the right angle from DaCosta. Callum Chapman-Page made 9 appearances in 2020 for FC Tulsa. Did play in the playoff game in El Paso that FC Tulsa lost on penalties. Had a red card on that night.
Yeah.
Here's the
if you see Torres
overcooked
is
free
wide
kick.
open, had they played the ball, he would have been able to dribble in, but instead they floated it in. An easy save from Sparrow.
Stanley's line drive throw goes into the box, diving header away by J.J. Williams. Here's Brian Brown holding the ball up. Williams is there with Perez. Williams wins that one, and the referee said there will be a foul, and it will be an FC Tulsa free kick. 19 minutes to go. Will we see the deadlock broken here tonight at One Oak Field?
Well, you know, Dave, we're coming into the time of a match after the 75th minute when FC Tulsa likes to score most of their goals. It's been the league leading or second in goals scored after the 75th minute. And usually that's a fitness factor. So it looks like FC Tulsa is very fit.
J.J. Williams, DaCosta with a shot. Easy save for Connor Sparrow in the end. And then DaCosta probably would want that one back. Daniel, maybe try to go a little bit wide of the keeper.
Yeah, that's right. He also had the opportunity to drive with the ball. I felt like he was looking to goal as soon as he got it. He had that in his mind. He knew he was going to take a shot on that one. But yeah, easy save. It's difficult to score from that far out.
0-0 the score. Silva heading away. Torres eludes one challenge, tries to go round two. Here's Velo picking it up now to the dangerous Perez. Now Perez has got a lot of space. Suddenly the freedom of one field, and he curls it over the top. But just for a moment, Daniel, it was like the parting of the Red Sea. He seemed to have a lot of space.
Yeah, Perez had a really good opportunity there. You know, he's a very quick, shifty player. I wanted to see him take on the defender in Fenwick. He got him one half step away to where he could get a shot off, but I feel like he's quicker than Fenwick. Had he gone straight at him, I feel like he could have gotten a little bit closer, maybe even gotten by him. Fenwick is a good defender, so it would have been difficult. He took the opportunity, went a little bit over the top.
Now Rodrigo da Costa, who came on as a substitute on Wednesday, is making way here for Dario Suarez. Suarez, who has only scored once this season. It was in the 1-0 home win against San Diego Loyal. And also coming in is Abuchi Abinwa, 291 minutes on the season. And Kembo Kibatu it was who made way for him. That's a like-for-like swap, the 25-year-old Abinwa. Has had a couple of starts this season, but is on the bench. Here's Dario Suarez, could make an immediate impact. Shoots towards goal, brilliant save from Sparrow. First action from Suarez. Now is Abinwa towards the far post, and Sparrow again with an easy catch. But that's what Dario Suarez can give you.
Hey, what a entrance into the field. To have an open look from 25 yards out, maybe even a little bit closer. He struck the ball really well. Sparrow had a good save to his right.
Just an immediate impact from Suarez there. Struck it well, good save.
He struck it a way that the ball knuckled too, so that made it a lot more difficult for Sparrow to save because the ball has a little bit more movement when it's knuckling.
Here's Suarez again, trying to get onto his right foot. Good tackle coming in. Suarez just couldn't fashion out the opportunity, and Segbers will clear up to Murphy. Here's Fenwick, who didn't make a very good first touch there, and then had the foul there on Romeo Parks. Interesting for me, you were saying about Bradley Bourgeois not being able to maybe forage forward as much as he did in the first half. I think the same for Mark Segbers, who's playing at right back or right wing back as there's a break in play. Maybe FC Tulsa have pegged him back a little bit as well.
I think so. And also, he's kind of moved up into that midfield role. But the way that Torres has been playing on the left side, he's been able to mitigate any attack from Segbers. But also because Bradley Bourgeois is tucking in, that gives Silva a little bit more freedom to swing over to the left-hand side to block Segbers from running down the field.
Plenty of chats on the field, former players getting together, Callum Chapman-Page and Bradley Bourgeois, just out of shot. Just seeing Velo there getting some treatment. Velo, who's got a goal this season. One of the 4 goals against Charleston Battery in the 4-0 win. Did play in the Monaco second team and also for New York Red Bulls and also for FC Cincinnati in 2021. A couple of substitutions now. Floro is going to be withdrawn. Dewana's coming on to the field wearing 8. And also coming on is Christian Sorto. So plenty of changes, lots of pushing and shoving as well. Junior Palacios is in there with Matias Silva. Referee just getting involved and telling everybody to calm down. Everybody's got to keep their heads with so much here at stake. 0-0, 13 minutes to go. Here's Stanley's free kick. Now the referee's just going to produce a card, I think, as he looked as though he's going to put his hand in his pocket there, but You're just sorting out this pushing and shoving as they try to hold the line outside the 18-yard line. Here's the free kick then from Stanley, who will try to get this one into the box. In it goes. Headed away by J.J. Williams. Torres with a clever flick, but the substitute, Dewana there, getting the danger averted. I think it's Joshua Perez who's been withdrawn as well. So Christian Soto in for Perez. Bold move from coach Anthony Pullis. I think Velo had a little bit of an injury, so he probably had to be withdrawn. Obinwa goes back to Silva. Neither defence will want to give anything up now with 12 minutes to go. Slip from Dispay. Gives the ball away to Kyle Murphy. Dario Suarez working hard to win that back for FC Tulsa. Williams chipping the ball here, looking for Brown. It's come here to Dario Suarez. Dario Suarez to Brown. Brown back to Suarez. Suarez goes down, and the referee has a decision to make, and he says no call. That was a 1-2 between Brown and Suarez. There was definitely contact, and Sparrow will roll the ball out, and the referee will stop the game. And Daniel Wasson, I have to say, I think it's harsh not to give FC Tulsa a penalty here, but I'm a long way from the action. Let's have a look at it and see if we can get anything from this.
I mean, Perez picks up the ball here, plays a quick 1-2 with Brown. Hard to tell from that angle. Here's another look at it. 1-2. It kind of looks like he got taken out there. I think, again, it's a bang-bang play. The ref was in pretty good position, so I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, even though it wasn't to the liking of the FC Tulsa crowd.
I have to say, it's one of those when you say on another day, it's given as a penalty kick. Suarez will feel that he's been hard done by. He has to go off the field because he had some treatment, and Connor Sparrow will not be beaten tonight. It's 0-0. Connor Sparrow, who has had 5 clean sheets this season. Austin Wormel, just that one game on Wednesday. He would dearly love a clean sheet next to his name. Goalkeepers love that, of course. Here's Gabby Torres. And there was a foul. By Dennis Dewona. Silva, Bird, back to Silva. Do we have drama in store in the last 10 minutes? We're used to that here at One Oak Field. Is Dispay. Bird gets a little bit lucky to get that ball up to Brown. Brown lays the ball off to Suarez. Strong challenge coming in from Palacios. Fennick wins a header, then wins another header, and Wormel dives on the ball to stop the ball going out for a corner.
I feel like if Torres could pinch in a little bit from the outside, FC Tulsa could have a little bit more possession in the center of the field. It is 3 versus 3 against the back line of Miami FC.
Yellow card there for Stanley.
With Bird and Obinwa coming in to receive the ball from the center backs, that leaves a big gap behind the midfield, because the Miami FC center mids are following the FC Tulsa midfielders. And so the ball's into Brown's feet, where Suarez and Williams can run off of, is going to be the key to FC Tulsa finding a goal in this late match.
We'll see if you're right. It's the voice of former MLS player Daniel Wasson with yours truly, Dave Saunders, here. Last time FC Tulsa played out a 0-0 was in July last year. Here's Gabby Torres. That was at OKC down the turnpike. Bird's gone in. Referee saying there was no foul. Here's Gabby Torres. You have to go back to August the 12th, 2020. as the ball bounces to Stanley and heads it back. For the last time here at Buildup Field there was a 0-0. That was against San Antonio, so it's a very rare event, and we could well see drama here in the last 7.5 minutes. Thanks for your company here on My 41 here locally in Tulsa, and also of course on ESPN Plus. FC Tulsa 0, Miami FC 0. Here's Bird trying to change that. Crowd are really behind the home side here. Here's Dario Suarez now with space down the left-hand side. Brown and Williams wait inside the box. Here's Suarez to the line, tries to get the ball infield. Williams gets the ball from under his feet, but Segbers clears away. And now Fennick here with a really good challenge. Johnny Fennick, all eyes on the ball there, wins the tackle over Romeo Parks.
Suarez has made a difference as soon as he came on the field. If there's going to be anyone that could create something, it looks to be him. On this last play, you saw him pinch into the middle a little bit. He checked back for the ball. They played it into his feet. He was able to play 1-2, find some space in behind the defense. Has some quick feet, did a little step over, got past the defender. I would have liked to see him hit a ball earlier. He took an extra touch, which allowed the defender to gain a little bit more space, which he was able to slide and block the cross. But he's made a difference so far since being on the field.
Dario Suarez, who did start the game on Wednesday in the 1-1 draw. There's Mark Segbers, who's played against FC Tulsa for Memphis 901 FC 4 times last season. Dario Suarez, 9 starts this season, just 734 minutes on the season. Just 1 goal, as I alluded to earlier, against San Diego Loyal in a very tight match, which FC Tulsa won late on by 1-0. Silva belts the ball, route 1. Sparrow out of his area, volleys the ball away. And the ball ends up at the feet of Callum Chapman-Page. Stanley has got that one all wrong, and it's going to be a throw-in for Captain Bradley Bourgeois. Back to Adrian Dispay. Johnny Fennick, who's had a very fine game, come into some form. Johnny Fennick. And this all bodes well for FC Tulsa as they go away from home. Remember, they haven't scored any points away from home. Here's a real chance here for Soto. Soto into the side netting, nothing doing there. Christian Soto, the El Salvadorian international, signed in December last year for Miami, ex-RGV and Loudon. Dispay belting it up towards JJ Williams, towering header from the number 4 Callum Chapman-Page, playing his first minutes for Miami FC this season, having been injured. Fennick again, across that back 3 to Silva. Silva. Abinwa's had his pocket picked there. Soto trying to get the ball in between 2 of the back 3 there, doesn't get the ball. Here's JJ Williams, wants to go on a little run here, and there was a foul by Chapman-Page. Referee right on the spot. It's going to be a free kick. Taken by Bourgeois here to Eric Bird. Is there a surprise in store here? With 4 minutes of the 19, you would expect 4 or 5 minutes on the board at the end of the game. We've had several injuries in this second half. Here's Eric Bird. Dario Suarez, good turn. Suarez with it left foot, but he's hit that one onto the grassy bank behind the goal.
But again, Suarez is the one that's making plays happen. He's getting the ball in tough space. He's looking to take players on. On this play here, you could see Chapman-Page with the high boot. But Suarez is the one who's going to make something happen for FC Tulsa. Is he going to run out of time? That's the question.
Ball bounces through to Austin Wormel. Memphis 5, Atlanta United 2-2. 6 minutes to go with that one. As I said, Memphis in very, very fine form. Earlier on it finished Indy 11 beating Charleston Battery by 4-3, and Pittsburgh 1, Detroit 1. Here's Bourgeois to the back post. Dario Suarez will keep this one in. needs some help. Gets it in the shape of Gabby Torres. Torres onto his left foot, drives it towards the back post. In goes Brown. Was he pushed down there? Referee saying it's a corner ball. Brown goes down again. Brown's been involved in a couple of shouts for FC Tulsa penalties. Nothing given. Brown went down awkwardly, I think, on his back, which adds more time on, you would have thought, to the fourth official's board. There's Brown and Williams together, who work so hard. Here's another look at that one, Daniel Watson, as the ball comes into the box. Is there a foul on Brian Brown?
You know, the defender did have his left arm up. I think the ball was over Brown's head, so I don't think he was going to get it anyways. I think it was a good no call. He did land awkwardly, but you see his players try to help him up before the athletic trainer got to come on the field because they want Brown for this corner kick.
Here's Darius Flores, near post. So that was the 14th corner of the game, incredibly. We've seen a lot of attacking play, no goals, but 2 minutes left of the 90. Plus what we're thinking is going to be around about 5 minutes on the fourth official's board here. No quarter being given. Connor Sparrow will not be beaten tonight. Neither will Austin Wormel. But there's still time yet. Gabby Torres with a good header, and the assistant said that there was a push by Kyle Murphy. Certainly we've seen a lot of fouls. You can see Mike Ensign in the background there. Will be delighted if he can get a last-minute winner here to keep the momentum going forward, as FC Tulsa will be going away from One Oak Field, of course. Going to New York Red Bulls 2 after a bye week. Players going down, but the referee playing on. Here's Gabby Torres. Abinwa. Having a twist and turn and go back to Silva. Silva to Fennick. Everybody working hard defensively now. Dispay. Bradley Bouchois closely followed by Stanley. Dispay again. Abinwa. Bouchois. Ball loose, given away. Here's Romeo Parks now, the Jamaican. Taking everybody on. Silva does well. The ball does not go through to Kyle Murphy. Now, chance for JJ Williams. Suarez is wide on the left. Williams still with the ball. Goes round one. Runs into a defender. Abinwa now, the ball's loose. Good play from Soto. We're going to have 4 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time enrolled today at tulsatech.edu. 4 minutes then for either side to break the deadlock here.
I feel like Suarez, if he would have just stayed more on the outside when Williams had the ball, that would have given Williams a little bit more space. Williams was looking to go one-on-one, and by Suarez running across, trying to make a diagonal run, which I can also understand, but it brought the defender closer to Williams. And so when Williams made the move, the defender was there to clean it up.
Referee just talking to Brian Brown. Brian Brown saying he needs a substitution here. So we're going to see the Honduran Machuca, who was involved in the equaliser on Wednesday night for Rodrigo da Costa. Didn't get the assist because it went to off a defender. But it is going to be Machuca then who comes in the Tulsa Tech stoppage time. And if he could score here, he would be somewhat of a hero here at One Oak Field. Just one goal this year. Scored in the 95th minute against Birmingham Legion in a 3-1 win, so he's used to scoring late goals here at One Oak Field. Here's Dispay. Heads it forward. There is Machuca. Trying to flick the ball on. Chapman Page gets a header. Chested down by Bird. He gives it away to Stanley. Stabbed forward by Stanley. Strong header away by Dispay. Given away into the midfield. Now Segbers coming down the right-hand side. Steps in field. Goes down the middle. Brings in Stanley. Stanley eludes the challenge of Machuca. Bird working hard to try and win it back. Here's Stanley wide on that left-hand side. Low ball into the box to Parks. Parks looking to twist and turn. Finds Christian Soto. Good play at the death here. In comes Kyle Murphy, and he's hit the post, and he's claiming it went over the line. He's claiming the goal, and I'm not quite sure why, because clearly from our position, Daniel Wasson, that ball did not go over the line.
I feel like we had the perfect angle on this one, and it definitely did not cross the line. It did hit the post, bounced right back into the field of play. A little bit unlucky from Murphy. He had a good jump on the ball. Here comes the cross, as you can see from Sorto. Murphy comes in, back post, does well, hits the bar, but does not go across the line. This is the view that we have here. Clearly right back to the keeper.
Yeah, Kyle Murphy was wheeling away as though he'd scored. Of course, as we said, he's used to scoring against FC Tulsa, having done it in 3 of the 4 games last season. Stanley wants 10 yards from Dario Suarez. FC Tulsa will need to defend for their lives here, because this is very, very late on in this game. We're playing the Tulsa Tech stoppage time. Here's Stanley, everybody outside of the 18-yard box. Ball clipped into the 18-yard box. Chapman Page heads it across goal, but it's an easy one for Austin Wormel. Chapman Page said, where were my attackers? Sorto's going to get a yellow card for blocking Austin Wormel. So still we go on here.
It was a very smart play by Sorto. If you look down the field, FC Tulsa actually outnumbered them 3-2 at the back. So Sorto was smart to prevent the counter. He took a yellow card for the team. Here's another look at it. You could see Wormel wants to get up and get the ball going quick, because he recognizes that the numbers are better for FC Tulsa. And smart play by Sorto.
Dispay pumps the ball forward. Is it going to fall nicely here for Dario Suarez? He gets a header on it. It's going to go away for a goal kick. And Connor Sparrow looks as though he wants to preserve the point here for his side, taking his time. Very, very late on here at One Oak Field. 0-0 the score. Plenty of corners in the games we've alluded to. Both goalkeepers have made several saves in this game. It's not been a boring 0-0 by any stretch of the imagination, and we're not there yet. Sparrow clears up towards Silva. Silva heads away. That's going to be a throw-in late on here for Mark Segbers. There's Murphy, who had that header, which hit the post.
This has been anything but a boring game so far. Both teams have had a lot of opportunities. Keepers have, on both sides, have made some really good saves.
Chapman Page.
Let's see what Miami FC can do with this late attack.
Stanley into the box, cleared away by Bird, who's had a good game. Machuca tries to bring the ball down, does. Bradley Bourgeois wants it. Sorto's got to be careful now. Sorto's just been booked. He's got to be very careful. On another day, that could have been another yellow card. Here's Bird. Referee choosing to be lenient.
Should have been at minimum an advantage play. FC Tulsa was on a counter. I'm surprised that the ref didn't go to his pocket for stopping that play, because Obinwa was past the defender. I'm really surprised it wasn't a yellow card because of the foul.
And the referee brings proceedings to an end. FC Tulsa are not used to drawing games, but they've had 2 in the space of 4 days. And both teams here will have to settle for a point. A slightly frustrating night for both managers, both coaches, who shake hands. But alas, it's a hard-fought point, and Daniel Wasson, you could argue that both sides had chances to win, but in the end, probably it's about a fair result, isn't it?
I think so. Even though FC Tulsa had possession in the first part of the game, the second half was very even. I bet if we pulled up the possession stats, it'd be close to 50-50. Both teams had a couple of good opportunities. Both keepers made some good saves. A lot of missed opportunities on both sides that, they're going to go home, think about. They'll watch the replays, and they'll say, oh, man, I could have done better with this. But in the end, 0-0, fun match. Unfortunately, no goals in this one.
We'll take it to the break, and we'll talk about those stats that Daniel Wasson was talking about, and we'll look at the highlights. It's finished here. FC Tulsa 0, the Miami FC 0.
with the new lineup, they got something for every lifestyle.
Thanks, Sean. Remember, we've got what you're looking for.
Here at Titan Sports Complex, we offer a variety of sports and training facilities for all ages. Whether you play soccer, basketball, football, or volleyball, Titan Sports Complex has it all. With over 11 outdoor fields, a state-of-the-art indoor training facility, and a health club, Titan has exactly what you need to meet your fitness goals. Visit TitanSportsComplex.com to learn more about all of the amenities and options available at Titan. Titan Sports Complex, the official training, strength, and conditioning partner of FC Tulsa.
You have to go back to August the 12th, 2020 for the last time that you saw a 0-0 draw for FC Tulsa here at One Oak Field. But alas, that is how it finished here tonight. But we've still got a lot of highlights to show you. And it all started off with the away side and their attempt on goal.
Yeah, this is the one where it was Perez that was looking for the ball, but it was taken by Parks. He turned around, had a good attempt, but the header from, was it Fenwick to block it? Oh no, it was Dispa.
But then FC Tulsa came back, and here's J.J. Williams with that left-footed shot.
He took a really good attempt, had a little bit of opening, took it on his left, trying to curl it around, just didn't quite get there.
Kyle Murphy came on, not afraid of scoring against FC Tulsa, but he was over there, and then it was back to FC Tulsa. A couple of looks there for DaCosta there, who didn't quite get the angle of the shot, and then Dario Suarez, who made an impact.
Yeah, that's right. This was his first touch into the game. He got the ball, dribbled forward, took a really good strike. The ball was knuckling, made it hard for Sparrow to try to catch it, so he punched it away.
And then Kyle Murphy right at the death there. He was wheeling away. He thought he scored, but you'll see from this angle here, it doesn't cross the line. And Austin Wormel keeps his first clean sheet of the season. As we look at the stats, Daniel, and we know 0-0, but look at that. I mean, the shots, 30 shots in total. We had 14 corners in the game. It was not a boring 0-0, my friend, was it?
No, it definitely wasn't. And the possession, as you could see, it started getting closer to that 50-50 in the second half. I believe it was 61%, 39% in the first half to FC Tulsa. Miami FC played a better second half. So overall, very even game. Shots on target, 5-3. Overall shots 30, 0-0. Fun match.
Yeah, thank you so much, Daniel, for your company here tonight. FC Tulsa will go on the road for 4 of their next 5 games. There is the player training tops that we've seen. And FC Tulsa, after a difficult week here, have come out with 2 draws. And they, as I said, will pick themselves up. They'll have a free weekend next weekend, and then they will go to New York Red Bulls. Thank you to all of our team here. Thank you to you for tuning in. FC Tulsa have got their second home point of the week. It finished here. FC Tulsa 0, Miami FC 0.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.